Spain's economy has often been a fascinating subject of study. Once a vibrant hub of trade and exploration, the country's economic narrative has seen both triumphant highs and devastating lows. In recent years, the focus has shifted to Spain's recovery from one of its darkest economic periods, the Great Recession and the ensuing Eurozone crisis. But as growth figures surface, employment rates improve, and investment rebounds, a pressing question remains. Is this recovery real, or just an illusion? To answer this question, we must first rewind to understand the magnitude of the challenges Spain has faced. The Great Recession hit Spain particularly hard. By 2008, the collapse of the global financial markets exposed underlying vulnerabilities in the Spanish economy. A housing bubble burst, unemployment soared to record highs, and public debt skyrocketed. Spain's banking system came under immense strain, forcing the government to seek a bailout from the European Union in 2012. This bailout came with strict austerity measures, leading to deep cuts in public spending and widespread social discontent. Unemployment peaked at nearly 27% in 2013, with youth unemployment exceeding 55%. Small businesses struggled to survive, and countless families lost their homes. It was a grim period, leaving many questioning whether Spain could ever fully recover. Fast forward to today, and the landscape looks markedly different. Spain's GDP growth has outpaced many of its European neighbors in recent years. From 2014 to 2019, the economy experienced robust growth, averaging around 3% annually. While the COVID-19 pandemic temporarily derailed this progress, Spain's recovery has resumed, and its GDP is on track to return to pre-pandemic levels. Tourism, one of Spain's economic pillars, has rebounded strongly, while the manufacturing and service sectors are showing resilience. Unemployment, though still a concern, has improved significantly. As of 2024, it stands at approximately 12%, a stark contrast to the figures seen during the crisis years. Youth unemployment remains high, but has also seen gradual improvement. Spain's labor market reforms, aimed at reducing job insecurity and promoting permanent contracts, have started to bear fruit. Exports have also been a bright spot in Spain's economic story. The country has diversified its export base, with sectors such as renewable energy, pharmaceuticals, and automotive manufacturing gaining prominence. Spanish companies are now competing on the global stage, showcasing innovation and quality. However, despite these promising signs, there are reasons to question the sustainability of Spain's recovery. One major concern is public debt. Spain's debt-to-GDP ratio has climbed to over 110%, raising alarm bells about long-term fiscal stability. While low interest rates have made this debt manageable for now, a shift in global monetary policy could pose significant risks. Moreover, the recovery has not been uniform across the country. While major cities like Madrid and Barcelona are thriving, rural areas and smaller towns continue to struggle. Regional disparities remain stark, with some communities facing persistent unemployment and limited access to opportunities. Another challenge is the structural rigidity of Spain's labor market. Despite reforms, temporary contracts and precarious jobs still dominate, particularly among young workers. This lack of job security undermines consumer confidence and long-term economic stability. It also exacerbates income inequality, creating a divide between those who benefit from the recovery and those left behind. Spain's housing market also raises concerns. While property prices have recovered in urban centers, affordability remains an issue for many Spaniards. High rents and stagnant wages have fueled debates over housing policies and the need for government intervention. Then, there's the question of climate change. Spain is particularly vulnerable to environmental challenges, including droughts, rising temperatures, and water scarcity. These issues threaten agriculture, one of Spain's traditional economic sectors, and require substantial investment in sustainable practices and infrastructure. Spain's reliance on tourism is another double-edged sword. While the sector's recovery has boosted GDP, it also exposes the economy to external shocks. Global uncertainties, such as pandemics, geopolitical tensions, or changing travel patterns could disrupt this vital industry. Political instability adds another layer of complexity. Spain's fragmented political landscape has made it challenging to implement long-term economic strategies. Frequent changes in government and ideological divisions have slowed progress on critical reforms, from taxation to education and healthcare. So, where does this leave us? Is Spain's economic recovery real, or is it a mirage? The answer lies somewhere in between. Spain has undeniably made significant progress since the dark days of the Eurozone crisis. The economy is more diversified, employment is recovering, and innovation is driving new opportunities. Yet, deep-rooted challenges remain, and the path ahead is far from straightforward. For Spain to build a truly sustainable recovery, several steps are essential. First, addressing public debt must be a priority. This will require not only fiscal discipline, but also policies that promote growth and investment. Second, tackling regional disparities is crucial to ensure that all Spaniards benefit from economic progress. Infrastructure development, targeted investment, and support for local businesses can help bridge the gap. Labor market reforms must go further to reduce job insecurity and improve wages. Promoting permanent contracts and enhancing worker protections can boost consumer confidence and economic stability. Housing policies also need urgent attention to make homes more affordable and accessible. Investment in sustainability is non-negotiable. Spain must lead the way in renewable energy, water conservation, and climate-resilient agriculture. These efforts will not only protect the environment, but also create jobs and drive innovation. To understand these challenges better, we can examine Spain's historical context. The country's transition from an agrarian economy to an industrial and service-oriented one came relatively late compared to its European neighbors. This delayed industrialization left gaps in infrastructure, education, and technology adoption. The Eurozone crisis further exposed these weaknesses, making recovery a daunting task. Spain's political structure, with its autonomous regions, adds complexity to nationwide economic reforms, requiring a balance between local and national interests. Moreover, Spain's education system plays a pivotal role in shaping its economic future. While literacy rates and educational attainment have improved, there is a pressing need to align education with market demands. Vocational training, STEM education, and digital literacy programs must be prioritized to prepare the workforce for future challenges. Investing in human capital will be instrumental in sustaining growth. Spain's innovation ecosystem is another area ripe for expansion. The country has seen promising developments in technology hubs like Barcelona and Madrid, which are attracting startups and tech talent. Supporting these ecosystems through funding, tax incentives, and international partnerships can position Spain as a leader in the knowledge economy. This shift could reduce reliance on traditional sectors like tourism and agriculture, creating a more resilient economic structure. As Spain navigates its recovery, the role of the European Union remains critical. EU funds and policy support have been instrumental in stabilizing the economy, and continued collaboration will be essential. The EU's Green Deal, digital transformation initiatives, and cohesion policies align closely with Spain's long-term goals. Effective utilization of these resources can amplify Spain's recovery efforts and foster regional integration. Finally, cultural and social factors should not be overlooked. Spain's rich cultural heritage, vibrant cities, and high quality of life are assets that contribute to its global appeal. Leveraging these strengths while addressing economic disparities can create a more inclusive and prosperous society. In conclusion, Spain's economic recovery is a complex and multifaceted story. While the progress is real and worth celebrating, it's essential to remain vigilant about the obstacles ahead. By addressing these challenges head-on, Spain has the potential to not only recover, but thrive in the years to come. Whether this vision becomes a reality will depend on the decisions made today. With concerted effort, innovative policies, and collective action, Spain can transform its recovery into a lasting success story.